Don't wait for tomorrow. Live for today. Keep chasing the sunshine and go out and play.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to your deal reveal. And in fact, tonight it's going to be your deals reveal because tonight I'm going to put myself to the test. Let's find out if I can do 5 deals in under 10 minutes, 2 minutes per deal. Let's see if we can get a very good idea of what's happening and where would we put our offers to begin this negotiation. These are real live deals, by the way, and they are up for grabs. They are all in suburb or extended Cleveland, Ohio properties. So basically suburb. For those that are not officially in suburbs, they are really on the outskirts, so they're basically in suburbs for all these properties. And so if this is your very first time on the Deal Reveal, welcome, congratulations, you made it here. And this is what we do. We bring you a conveyor belt of deals, and about 3 times out of 4, these are real life deals that you can take action on. So if you like these deals, you can send us an email and say, hey, I'm interested in this one. I'd like to put an offer. I'd like to be put in contact with the seller or the gatekeeper to have conversations about it. The other 1 out of 4, we're usually bringing someone from our community who's buying deals, who just bought a deal, and they're sharing and celebrating with us live on the Deal Reveal. So let's jump in. Let's see what we have today for the deal of the week. So as I said, in 10 minutes, I'm going to analyze 5 deals. We're going to see if there's cash flow. We're going to see if the numbers make sense. And this one's going to be submitted by the Epic Bus Tour Cleveland edition. Because if these don't get picked up on the Deal Reveal, and if they're still available in 2 weeks, there's a good chance that some of them, if not all of them, are going to be part of the bus tour in 2.5 weeks from now, May 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. 2nd for the VIPs, 3rd and 4th for the regular admission people is for the bus tour in Cleveland. And I will say we are already over 50% sold out, and we only really started talking about it about a week or 2 ago now. So it goes lightning fast, and we hope to see you. 5 suburb properties for under $800,000. So yes, this is a little bit more expensive than what we're used to on the Deal Reveal. These are suburb properties. It's a different animal. And for the most part, I can already tell you, when you're in the suburb properties, especially if they're already tenanted, apparently they are already turnkey. Well, we can't expect tremendous amounts of cash flow from tenanted turnkey suburb properties. We're going to pay a little bit more because it is a higher quality product, right? We are not in properties that are worth 80,000, 100,000. We're properties that are worth 150, 200, maybe even higher. And so that's what we're going to check in just a few minutes today. Salut Martin, nice to see you here. Hello, hello. All right, so if we are ready, I'm about to start the counter to analyze these 5 deals. And your job in here is to say, is this a deal or is this no deal? Feel free to type it up in the chat. Feel free to react as I'm going through this. And if you are interested in putting offers, send us an email at info@jkrealestatepartners.com. First come, first serve. We do not do bidding wars here. If you're the first email to come in, you're the first one who's going to get your shot at putting in an offer and doing your negotiation. Do what you have to do. Salut Sylvie. Hello, hello to you as well. People are just typing up in the chat saying hello. So if we're ready to go, oh, hold up. Someone else wrote. Hey, Trevor. Fantastic. Nice to have you here live. All right. I'm ready. Are we ready? Give me a couple thumbs up. Are we ready to go? Start the counter. Are we ready? As a thumbs up. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Start your counter. So first and foremost, I will say that I did speed this up just a little bit. This is information that was given to me. These are the property addresses. These are the current rents. And at 750,000, because there might be some negotiation in here. Let me just actually make it more accurate at 800,000. We can quickly see that if I add up all the current rents together And that's 8,530 a month in rental income. That's over 100,000 a year in gross income. If I use the 50% rule, which I talk about every deal reveal, assuming that 50% of that income goes to expenses, the other 50% would be net cash flow if you bought this cash, we would be at a $51,000 a year NOI, net operating income, or a $51,000 cash flow if you bought these cash. And if you're making 51,000 and you're paying 800 all in for them, well, that would be a 6.4% cap rate. So first and foremost, if your cap rate is lower than how much your mortgage interest is, you're probably not going to cash flow. All right. So right out the gate, I can see here that this portfolio is not strong in cash flow. How else could I have verified this very quickly? If you're paying 800,000 and the total rents are 8,500, we're just a little bit over the 1% rule, which in Canada might be a very good thing. In the US, and if you're looking for cash flow, you're going to have to find stronger than that. So that's another quick trick. I don't even need to look further. There's not much cash flow in this portfolio right now. Even though rents are at 2,000, 1,450, 1,500, 18, and 17, the purchase price per property is about 150 to 175 if you're buying them all in for 800. All right. So that's number one. But still, maybe there's an opportunity to get higher rents, and that's where I want to take some time today here with you to go see Rentometer. And I'm going to go see these properties. The first property is Hammond Road in Cleveland, but you can see it's in the suburbs, close to South Euclid, actually. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home. 3-bedroom, 2-bath home. 3-bedroom, 2-bath house. And I'm going to go to Rentometer to see what type of rents I can expect. So we can see that the average rent is 17 to 1800. And if you did put in a little bit more, if you did go top of the market, you'd be closer to 2000. How much is it right now? 2000. So it's not looking like there's much room there. So this one's pretty much maxed out. I'm going to keep it right as is. The next property here. Oh, and by the way, while I'm in there, let me stay at the first property. You can go to realtor.com, put in the property. You can take a couple of pictures. It looks a little outdated. Are these new pictures? I'm not sure, but it looks in livable condition. Estimated value looks pretty strong to me. I like to go here to the real estimate chart, follow this trend, forget the last 6 months of data here, and just follow that trend. Keep on going, 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 going. This property might have a value up to $250,000, $275,000. So, ooh, that's really interesting because if you're buying on average for about 170, but really it's worth 250 to 275, well, maybe there's an opportunity here for a flip. Okay, so that's the first data point that I think is really important on this portfolio. Next property, Drakefield. Am I behind on my time here? Let me see if I can have to speed it up a little bit. But you can see how I already went through the 2 golden rules already on that first property. Second property here, 25,100 Drakefield in Euclid, another single family home. We can take a quick look at the pictures just to get a quick sense of what's happening. Looks nice. Looks like a perfect rental right now. I don't see any big problems. Of course, we need to do due diligence. Once you're under contract, you can inspect and make sure this is really the condition. But the point here, we're just getting a sense. This trend, a little bit less aggressive. I'm saying this is probably worth about 140 based on the trend here. I'm going to go back to my chart. I'm going to say about 140 to 150K here. Rents are currently $1,450. I'm going to go to Rentometer, and now that I know that it's a 3-bedroom, 1-bath, I can go here and say 3-bedroom, 1-bath home, and I'm going to see what kind of rents I can expect here. 1,300 to 1,400 is kind of median, and if you go, higher end, you'll go closer to 15. What is it currently rented for? 1,550. That's already on the top end. Right on. We keep on going. Next one, Salisbury. Salisbury, here we go. Couple pictures. All a little outdated, unless these are old pictures. These don't look too. This is a 2-1, again in Cleveland, but right on the border of South Euclid, it looks like. Estimated value, let's go here. Follow that trend. What do we see? I see about a 160. 150 to 160 on this one. So I'm going to update my little graph here. 150 to 160K. Currently rented for 1,555. I'm going to go to Rentometer. This fun? Am I going too fast for you? Hopefully not. Let's put in that address. Oh, let's pick up Salisbury here. Control C, Control V help on the speed, don't they, right? This is a 2-1, right? I forgot. My bad. 2-1 house. Let's see what rents are here. This is currently rented for $15.55. Wow. Seems to be above market, but it's pulling. Look at this one seemed to pull really, really far because it's a 2-1. It pulled a lot of apartments, I'm sure. Although it shouldn't have because we did say it was a house, but 2-1s are typically less desirable and it's pulling from a much wider area. South Euclid here is definitely should be on these red ones on the higher end. There's no way that this rents for $1,000, but we don't have too much time right now. We have to get in just a quick view of where this portfolio is at. 1555 seems like a good price to go at here. Next, Dorsch Road. Dorsch Road. Here we go. It's a 3-2. Let's see if I can remember it this time. 3-2 vinyl siding. Again, these pictures look all pretty outdated. That's a nice kitchen though. 3-2 Dorsch. Follow that trend. What do we see? Probably about 175 on this one is what I'd say. 175 on an ARV. How about for rents? Let's go here. Oh, I ran out of tests. Okay, so let me just update here. I'm saying it's about 175K. Next, you might have seen here that I can't put any more. I ran out of free trials with Rentometer. Okay, here's a quick trick. ExpressVPN allows me to change my IP address to anywhere I want in the world or across the US. So I'm just gonna pop in from Florida and I'm gonna reset my VPN counter. Now it's gonna lapse the connection just for a second, but I'll be right back. Don't worry. As soon as this comes back, I'll continue the deal reveal. I think I have a few minutes to spare anyways. So here, see, I'm gonna go to Miami. All right, I think we're back. I'm in Miami right now. So I'm going to refresh my rental meter. Look at that. And the race is on. We continue. We are at Dorsch. Let me pick this one up. Dorsch was a 3. Oops. Dorsch is a 3-2 house. Let's see what we have. 1750 to 1800 seems pretty market rent. It could go up to 2000 on a pro forma. So let's see where are we at. Already for 1800. I don't think there's much room for increase, but there might be a small room for increase on this one, depending on the condition and what you decide to do, if anything, on the rehab. But they said it was turnkey, so I'm not expecting to do any work here. And I would agree. I would probably just go up and increase all of these by $25 at least renewal, not do any more work to it. Just basically put 25 extra bucks per property as a small little value add. Okay, last one, Edenhurst in Lyndhurst. Okay, Edenhurst in Lyndhurst. Let's see what we got. This one actually, here it is. Let's see if there's a couple of pictures here. Oh, we're running out of time. I think I got 2 minutes left. These pictures, again, I'm hoping that we don't have, those are not the real condition. It can't be, I mean, they're tenanted, but still. Zestimate gives it a 203,000. Lyndhurst is a very nice suburb. There's no problem here. And you have the Zestimate history, a little bit like Realtor, but you see there's only one trend line, and it's only the Zillow's trend line, the Zestimate. So I think it's less reliable than, for example, the Real Estimate, which has 3 data lines based on CoreLogic, Quantarium, and Collateral Analytics. But still, it gives you an opinion of where it's at. And if you look at the trend, I think 205,000 is pretty spot on for this one. So I'm just going to update this. I'm going to say this one's worth about 205K. And rent is currently at 1,700. Let's see what Rentometer has to say here. So I'm going to put in that address. Edenhurst. It was a, sorry about that. It's a 4-2, actually. So that's going to help. 4-2 house check rents. Oh, I think we're down to the last 60 seconds now. Rent between 19 to 2050 with the high end of 24. Currently rented for 17. This one actually looks to be a little bit under average. So I think there's an opportunity here to bring it up to 19 without doing any work, and maybe even more if we actually do some work to the property. Perfect. So now it looks like rents are pretty much where they should be for rentals. If you're hopefully they really are turnkey. If you get it under contract and you inspect and you find some things that's definitely against what was marketed, because these were marketed as turnkey tenanted. So currently for 8,500 a month, a pro forma about 88 a month, not much of an increase there. And this formula needs to be changed. So this cap rate on a pro forma would just basically go up to 6.6. So not much. It doesn't look like there's much or any cash flow on this portfolio. In 10 minutes, we figured that out. And also, we quickly assessed all of the values here. I'm going to just go conservatively. This is about 300, 550, 750, 8, almost 900,000. I'm going to pretty much say it's worth about 900,000. And so maybe there's an opportunity to buy about 100,000 of equity, assuming they really are turnkey. There's also the fact that you might be able to negotiate. If you negotiate this down to 750, 775, well, now you bumped it up to about a 7 cap, still not much cash flow here. And it looks like you're buying about 100, 125,000 in equity. So it looks like we are buying at some discount here. Need to verify with the inspection. It does not look like we're buying much cash flow here. So maybe this is an opportunity for you to buy the property. And we know that if you're paying 775 for 5 properties, on average, you're paying 155. So these three are pretty much buying at full price. However, these two, this one and this one, looks like you're buying 50 to 100,000 of equity. So maybe your strategy here is to take them down, flip the 2 higher ones because they're going to cash flow even less than these ones. Keep those ones because they actually do cash flow better and there's not much equity anyways. So buy 5, sell 2, keep 3, and basically keep the ones that cash flow the most. How does that sound? Deal or no deal? 10 minutes, 5 properties. How did we do? Judges? One heart, a thumbs up. Okay, fantastic. I'm glad you enjoyed. I have fun with these things sometimes. So that's our deal reveal for today. If you are interested, I think if you're looking for nice, stable, long-term suburb, you're going to find very good tenants. These tenants are probably going to stay 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 years if you do it right. There's going to be very little turnover in these properties. These properties are going to appreciate nicely over time. That's going to, the appreciation power of real estate. It's going to easily take 3 to 5% in value a year. It's more of a long-term play here. I agree. Those 2 bigger properties, holding them as rentals, I mean, you might care more for cash flow than what these are going to give you, even in the medium run. So maybe those are the ones while you're inspecting, consider those for flips, to release the equity, help subsidize the other purchase. Because if you sell 2 and you free up another 100,000 of profit of capital, well, really, you're paying the other 3 not 450, you're paying 350 for those other 3. And with those type of numbers, it's really good. Those are good numbers, and I'm sure they outperform what you do back home as well. So that is our deal reveal. If you are interested, send us an email, info@jkrealestatepartners.com, and first come, first serve. So with that being said, I do have another little announcement for the Deal Zone. I just got off today off a Zoom call with the developers and partners in Deal Zone, and they said that we are 2 weeks away from launch. This is huge. As of right now, you have to come every Thursday to get that conveyor belt of deals. And there is plenty of deals, and once a week is fun. We have a good time, we chat, we learn together. But what if you had access to a website, a platform, an app where you can just go anytime, day or night, look at the deals that are there, put in your offers, Be connected with the power team members to do your due diligence, to get your appraisals, to get your financing, to get your bids, everything built into one place. It is the Deal Zone. So we're super excited. We've been working on this for many months, tens and tens and tens of thousands of dollars invested in this. We're very excited to launch in hopefully 2 weeks, just 2 little weeks. And as I mentioned, these were 5 properties today that very well might end up on the Deal Zone in the next 2 weeks if no one picks them up. And they might very well also be part of the Epic Bus Tour in 2 weeks from now. So would it be okay if I showed you a little bit about that bus tour and what it was all about, what you can expect when you attend one of JK's epic Cleveland real estate bus tours? Does that sound good? All right. So this is it. This is our epic bus tour. We've been doing bus tours since before COVID. All right, so it's been many years. We've done them in Florida, we've done them in Cleveland, but we've been refocusing on Cleveland. This is the first bus tour of the year in 2025. So what will you learn by attending the bus tour? Well, first, you're going to get to know Cleveland. Just today, we went to Euclid, we went to Cleveland, we went to South Euclid, and we went to Lyndhurst. In just the properties I showed here today, what are the differences between those places, right? And what should you know between the different neighborhoods, the different cities, and the strategies for each one of those areas? Well, we're going to cover that in the bus tour as we physically drive and go see properties in these different cities and suburbs and so forth. We're going to show you where and how to find deals. Of course, now the Deal Zone is going to help you a lot with that, but we're still going to show you how do I find the properties that are going to populate the Deal Zone, right? If you really wanted to cut out the middleman, you can, because we're going to show you how to do that. We're showing you how to evaluate them fast. Just like here on the Deal Reveal, 10 deals, 5 deals in 10 minutes, right? We're not talking about one deal over 2 weeks trying to analyze it. I did 5 in 10 minutes. That's a big part of it. And we're also going to be crunching some numbers together in class during the bus tour, not for the whole day, just for a little half hour, but we're going to practice that muscle. So when we're in these properties, you can crunch the numbers. As we're going from property to property in the bus, you can crunch the numbers. You can already place offers between the properties that we go visit. We're going to give you options to finance those deals. The owner of a bank is going to come as a guest speaker and tell you about your options for financing. That's just one option you have, and we're going to give you one other excellent broker for the community. And if you need more, believe me, we have more. But just with those two in the Cleveland market, you're set, even as a foreign national with no income or no U.S. credit. You're going to meet the local dream team. So you're going to meet our property inspector. You're going to meet a property manager. You're going to meet our insurance broker. You're going to meet the contracting team. You're going to meet our short-term rental management consulting group team as well. You're going to meet every single person you need. Realtors, 2 realtors, one for the east side, one for the west side. You're going to meet an appraiser. You're going to meet all these people that are part of our team that we use on every single deal. Again, management companies, whether that be short-term rental or long-term rental, 2 different companies, but we got you covered. We're going to show you how to recycle your capital deal after deal after deal using the BRRRR method. Basically, we're setting you up to win, and we want to show you how right now is the best time to buy real estate, right? Best time to plant a tree, 10 years ago, 20 years ago. Second best time today. In 2 weeks from now, that's the best time. So we're excited to show you. So here's what you get. By attending the bus tour in Cleveland, you're going to get one of the top 10 best cities to invest in, according to Forbes magazine, Cleveland, Ohio. It is a complete 2-day epic bus tour, live in person. Janie and I are going to be there. A bunch of the JK team members are going to be there, and our power team. It includes breakfast and lunch, plus snacks throughout the day, snacks and beverages. That's all included in the bus tour. It is May 3rd and 4th. As I mentioned, it's already 50% sold out. And this bus tour has a value of over $4,000, but that's not what we charge. But the value by far is there. When you sign up, you get the 2-day event, the whole weekend, live. You get to meet all of our team members. We're also throwing 4 bonuses for you. Bonus number 1, the ultimate real estate calculator, and tutorials on how to use it based on what situation and what type of deal you have. This is all recorded into your personalized platform. We have an app here at JK. We have it all in one place for you to keep all your learning centralized. We're also throwing in the Quick Start Bootcamp, valued at $111. This is after the bus tour. We're giving you a 5-week step-by-step process to make sure the deals keep on coming and the money keeps on coming to finance those deals. That's what the Quick Start Bootcamp is all about. We're also throwing in an interactive ebook narrated by myself, JK's Roadmap to Your First U.S. Property. This tells the tale of what happened in our first year of US real estate investing, the hurdles, the aha moments, the calculations, so that you're basically seeing what's going to happen in your first year, because these are the main obstacles and this is what you can expect. Plus, the last bonus, also valued at $111, the 9 powers of real estate training. Why real estate at all, right? Real estate has 9 powers that a lot of other investment assets and investment choices do not have, but real estate does. So I really want to make sure everyone understands the powers of real estate, because thanks to real estate, leverage, appreciation, depreciation, control, buying cash flow, buying at a discount, these are all some of the powers of real estate. Thanks to all of these things, you can retire in a matter of years compared to a matter of decades. And that makes a big game changer. It took us 3 years, Janie and I, to retire, and that was 7 years ago. Total value, almost $5,000 that we're giving you if you attend the blueprint, not the blueprint, the bus tour. And you can join the bus tour for $777. You can scan the QR code on the screen, or JK team, if you can just, you already did, you're awesome. You can just click on the link that was put in the chat by the JK team. It's going to bring you to the 2 different options. You have the standard admission, $777. That includes everything I mentioned today. Or you can opt to be VIP, which has an extra half day on the Friday. It includes all your suppers, some one-on-one time with Janie and myself. There's other perks. We include your accommodations. All these fun things are included in the VIP. I think we've got 2 spots left for the VIPs, but don't quote me on that. I think we have 2 spots left for the VIPs. Beautiful. So that's what we have. I've got a couple little videos from people who attended the I keep saying the blueprint, that was last month, the bus tour, to tell you a little bit of the feel that happens over these weekends. They're not very long, under a minute.
In the bus tour, we see a lot of property, we see a lot of deals. We can use our strategy as we learn in the courses. We can apply it with the bus tours. That's definitely a big advantage to know the area, because, example, you want to do a short-term rental property, the area is really specific and you have to be close of something like interest people to rent your property. That could be an hospital, that could be the airport, that could be the downtown, but you cannot just pick a property in Cleveland. You have to make sure that your investment is profitable. What I like for the bus tour is to see it's real. It's real to see how the deals here. It's really different than back home in Canada.
That was Vince. He's only a couple years into his US journey now. He has over 25 units. And if everything checks out by next month, just after the bus tour, he will be over 50 units. So at this point, you got a choice. What direction are you going to go? Are you going to come join us in Cleveland? Or are you going to stay home and wait for the deal zone? That's fine. Either way, we're very, very happy to have you part of the community. And what we want to do is we want to give you this blank check. This blank check, thanks to US real estate, that blows any other strategy we know to invest out of the water. Because in the next 60 to 90 days, you might have heard me say this in the past, you'll get your first check regardless of what you decide. It's either going to be a first cash flow check, $100 to $5,000 a month, because you bought that first cash flowing property and you're on your way to financial freedom thanks to US real estate, or it's going to be a completely different check. It's going to be a reality check that you did not take action on US real estate, and our community members are deciding to keep on going and keep on buying. We are very excited to see what you write on that blank check. We're very, very excited to see you on our next epic bus tour in Cleveland, just 2 weeks away, and you will be able to take this same picture with this bus tour. We stop at this sign every time on our bus tour, so you'll have a little memento of your time in Cleveland as well. Thousands of members in the community, and combined, this community has acquired over $100 million of US real estate. And we're looking to make that cross the 1 billion in the next couple of years.
Being involved with JK, it really took out a lot of the fear elements. It helped give confidence. Is support group behind you that when you stalled, there was always someone there to kind of move you forward and help you get to the next step. So really having that community piece and having that support group and the team members all around you to just help you feel confident and comfortable to take those steps. The first one's the hardest, the second one gets easier, the third one gets easier. And sometimes a lot of people stall before even making that first step. Just knowing that there's people there that have done it that can say to you, yes, you're on the right track. That's been huge for me. As an out-of-state investor, when you start to make relationships over the phone, and so you just have a name and a voice, but you don't really get to put a face and make those contacts. Coming here and getting to meet a lot of the people who have always just been a name and a voice, as well as people that you would have never met otherwise, it creates just so much more of a connection and opportunities for growth and development, and just moving forward and feeling more as that feeling of a team. Your power team is essential, especially as an out-of-state investor. And so it's really kind of opened my eyes to some more opportunities in different properties. So when I go home, it's just going to be offers, offers, offers.
Amanda's a real gem too. Amanda worked with me personally for 1 full year as a one-on-one protege. And now she is a JK coach, and she may be here on the bus tour with us this time. If not, it'll be another one of our JK coaches in the bus tour. And that little video also made me realize that our corporate attorney is also going to be part of the tour in person live. He's attended 3 bus tours already, and he makes it a point to come back every single time. Even though he lives out in Utah, he comes to Cleveland to share and join in into the fun of the Epic Bus Tour, because he just loves our community. He just loves Cleveland as an investment opportunity zone, and he will be there to meet you, shake hands. You'll get to meet the guy, the legend, Bob, our corporate attorney. So he will be there. He's very, very excited. He confirmed his spot. So with that being said, one final little kind of what it looks like behind the scenes, and then we're off. Have yourself an amazing, amazing evening, and we'll see you soon in Cleveland.